Hey, what's going on, my beautiful people? This is your certified life and relationship coach, Coach Court. And today I want to talk to you guys about how I believe within every fiber of my being that self-reliance is the key. Self-reliance is the key to happiness, living a fulfilled life, and not relying on other people, places, people, things, possessions. Those are all things that are going to set you up for failure, right? But before I get into all of that topic for today, if this is your first time viewing me, if you want to get my help personally, reach out to me on my website, www.fruitfulseeds with the Z at the end.com, and leave me an email no longer than 2 paragraphs because it's really hard to respond to those emails that are really long. Also, you can reach me on my other social media accounts too. Twitter is Coach Court 2. Instagram is I am Coach Court. Facebook is I am Coach Court. And if you want to book a session with me, that is in the link below. It's in the description. And we're going to get around and get to it. I have a message here from the community, a comment, and I want to share that with you guys. I felt like this was the perfect time to share this comment and to come up with this topic, because here's the thing that the anxious, preoccupied people don't really understand, that self-reliance is the key. Because there's a movie called The Pursuit of Happiness. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that or ever seen it. It's with Will Smith. When you pursue happiness, when you pursue something that's outside of you, you are going to be aiming at a moving target. Your happiness will always be determined by something that isn't within you. And from this journey that I've been on, this spiritual growth that I've been going through, it's been really humbling, and it's been liberating, because I realized that I don't need anything outside of me. I was born with everything that I need. The only person that is going to be on that tombstone at the end of your life, the only name that's going to be there is going to be you and you alone. It's going to be no one else. Wayne Dyer said that this may have been from the Bible too. We came into this world with no thing, and we will leave with no thing. This is why I felt it was really great to start my own business, because I stopped having to rely on other people for finances even. And when you get yourself to that point, you don't want to go back, And this is one thing I kind of get from the people who are love avoidance. They understand that they are all they have, and they rely on themselves. So they have a hard time leaning in on someone else. So if we can just get a little bit of that magic that they have, some of that liberating, I know you guys are going to have some things to say in the comments, but if we can get a little bit of that magic, that self-reliance that they have, that will help you become a more balanced person. All right. Enough of my soapbox. So I have this comment here. Says, thanks, Coach. I started therapy recently after DAX almost messed my mind up. I'm going to keep it PG. Messed my mind up. Listen, guys, it's not worth it. Protect yourselves and love yourselves, please. Dealing with the DA is not good for your mental health, which I don't totally agree with. I really don't. Because I feel like if you date them the right way, where you're not too overbearing and you're not making putting these expectations on them. You all know that I feel like expectations are premeditated resentments. If you're not putting these expectations on them, there is a difference between standards and expectations. Standards are some things that it's a no-go. Like, this is something that I won't ever tolerate. But expectations are some of the things that you have within your own mind, things that you hold yourself accountable to, and you project those onto other people. So it can be a fulfilling relationship if you do it the right way. Dealing with the DA is not good for your mental health. Which is true. If you are somebody that's very anxious, it isn't good for your mental health. If you're an AP like me, work on your healing, and that should include being able to smell the DAs most often, stay away from them. This guy and I did the push-pull dynamics till my self-esteem was in tatters. He will back after a few weeks silence and apologize. I foolishly take him back. Then he goes silent again. The reason they do that Because you guys may not believe it or not, but they do struggle with anxiety. They kind of get paralyzed with fear and not knowing what to do next, not knowing because they have insecurities. You know, we all have our own insecurities, but for them, it's more like a crippling insecurity, and they feel like I don't know what to do. Like it's either it's just really scary. I need to pull myself back and protect myself emotionally, and I can't take any more steps forward. So when you learn that about them and you learn to be patient and just go off and do other things, like if they decide to pull away, this is the perfect opportunity for you to go study what you need to study, meditate more, pray more, go get active, go hang out with your friends, family, go take this as an opportunity for you to have time for you. All right. Because if you sit around and you're brewing over this, because usually when I get messages like this, it's because somebody had their heart broken really terribly. And I tried my hardest to be an advocate for both sides, you know, and be that middle person. Because if you beat them down, if you come on here and beat them down anymore, say they get, for some reason, they decide, all right, I think I'm interested in this attachment style stuff. I need to start doing more research about it. And they take the test and they find out that they're dismissive avoidant. They come on here, see these comments, and just feel really torn down. It's like, you know what? Think about that though. Think about the energy that you're putting off into the universe. Think about the karma that you want to receive in return. You know, if you're feeling broken, if you're feeling like you want to let out some type of vengeance, don't do it in the comment section, because that's just putting all bad juju into the universe and it's going to come back on you. All right. But I'm not even going to read the rest of it. You don't need an emotionally unavailable person to validate you. That's one thing I do agree with. You don't need an emotionally unavailable person to validate you. You are enough. You are enough. And this is my whole purpose for having this channel, is to if I have to beat this home over and over and over into you guys' mind, I will. You are enough. You don't need anybody to validate you. Self-validation is the purest form of validation. Self-esteem, you know, it's called just that. It's self-esteem. It's not others' esteem, which is why it's important that you put you first, you know. And I agree, though, you have to be able to walk away when you feel like things are getting out of hand. If you feel like you're becoming so uncentered that you just can't handle it anymore, and you want somebody that is going to be available to you right away, because I'm not going to lie, when you get into a relationship with them, it's going to be a process. It's going to be a journey that if you're not ready for, see it for what it is and just get out of it. Like, they're not asking for you to stay with them. They really don't. They don't beg you to stay. They don't beg you for time or affection or attention. They don't really beg you for anything. You know, they do like the companionship. So if you ask me, it's just a form of protest and behaviors. And it's not authentic if you are giving them something, giving them whatever they need, whatever you feel. Because we kind of get on our high horses sometimes and think like, well, I'm doing all this for you and you're not doing this in return. And they'll usually say, I never asked you for any of it. That lets me know that if you're saying that I'm doing all this and you never give me anything in return, that means that you are doing this in a non-authentic way. It's not genuine. You're doing this as a way to manipulate them to give you something back in return. And that's not how love is. Love is we go there to give purely, authentically. And if we realize we're not getting what we need in return, we're not getting our needs met, then you just have to let the person go. They're just not ready for you. I'm not saying they'll never be ready. They could be ready, 6 months after you leave. But at that very moment, it's fruitless to stick around and expect for them to have this epiphany one morning and wake up and say, oh, this person has done X, Y, Z for me. I need to show up. I need to fulfill their needs right away, because then you're setting yourself up for failure. And then we're going to go back again to the expectations. Those are your expectations being projected onto them. And when you put expectations on people, you set them up for failure, because I can't even live up to my own standards. So I can't even expect somebody else to live up to it. So, and let's not forget, as an anxious, preoccupied person, you have this insatiable desire for love and affection. And there's not a lot of people that can really live up to that. So this is why it's important about getting yourself back to the balanced state, a neutral state. I got 8 people in here. I'm not popular at all, but it's fun. All right, let me get to these comments. What's up, Glenn? Good to see you. That's true, Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Good to see you again. Are happy, please, without putting up boundaries. Yeah, you got to put up boundaries. Advocate for yourself, negotiate for yourself. You only get what you negotiate for yourself. And let's just be honest, anxious people, we're not great negotiators. We can go for less. And then at the end, when we feel like, oh man, we're stuck holding a bag, then we want to get upset and we want to start getting bent out of shape and protesting. What's up, E-Money? I'm popular. That's what's up. I appreciate that, man. Namaste to you guys. It's Wednesday. I'm on a roll here. I'm trying to do these daily lives for you guys because I feel like it's been very useful in helping people that are struggling right now. Like I've been getting more messages lately about how I'm helping them heal throughout their breakup process. And you never know. I never know who's watching me. I get people London, Nigeria, it's all over the place. So it's crazy. Like, wow. And they reach out and they say, hey, I've been watching you for a couple months. Like, it's pretty cool. I'm humbled, really am. But I can't take this to the grave with me. Once I'm gone, once I perish, I got to leave my music out there. Coach is wise to deactivate Instagram because of breakup. Mine happened 2 years ago, but still fresh in my mind. Yeah, if it's 2 years ago and you're still having a hard time moving on, you really want to go have somebody help you out with that. Go see somebody. Because it's a red flag for me when a person isn't able to deactivate for a really long time. When you're not able to detach from that person, either by finding somebody else or burying yourself in purpose. Because this is what I did. I just started to, once I realized it wasn't working for me, I just buried myself in as much as I could, as much information, because that's when I started to go to coaching school, personal development, looking into the manifestation, all the laws of the universe, manifestation, attraction, reciprocity, the law of reciprocity, all those different things. I started to just bury myself in, and it helped me out. I'm coming out with a new quote book and another book. One thing that I learned was, in order to heal from a breakup, one way you can do that is by learning something new. Now, I learned this from some neuroscientist. He said, once you learn new things, you start to get different parts of your brains talking to each other. And the more that they talk to each other and form these new connections, the old connections, the unhealthy ones, the ones that you don't want, it starts to, dissipate. It pushes out of your mind. I thought this was cool because I'm thinking about what I learned in college compared to what I learned after college. The more information I started to learn after college, I feel like I've learned more since I've graduated from college than when I was in it. Because a lot of this stuff I don't even remember anymore. The more I started learning, a good amount of that stuff does get set in your subconscious mind where you don't even realize it's there. It's just kind of like in this filing cabinet up there. But if you're just coming in here, appreciate you guys joining the membership. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for everything that you guys do as far as helping push this channel to become bigger. I can reach more people and help people become more balanced, centered, humble, loving, empathetic, compassionate, all those good things. And I love all you guys. I'm going to wrap it up now. Like I said before, if you want my help personally, reach out to me on my website. It's www.fruitfulseeds.com. I just put some new bundles on there. So usually people have one-on-one sessions with me and we do follow-ups, but you can just go ahead and purchase a bundle so we can get that knocked out right away. And you don't have to get in line. We'll already have you booked out. So love all you guys. Have a good rest of your week. See you tomorrow.